Hello, all you wonderful people in my history class. I am Emily Medeiros, and I have done my history project on the blizzard of '78. It all started off a little before February 5th, off the coast of South Carolina, as a tropical cyclone. Now, this cyclone traveled up the eastern coast and merged with a cold air front that was going down. The tropical cyclone won and continued up the eastern coast over the New England metropolitan area up into Canada. The Canadians didn't like it very much, so they sent it back down at us with their cold Arctic air, which caused a continuous 33 hours of snowfall, up to 4 inches an hour at some points. Now that's almost record-setting, because the average nor'easter lasts from 6 to 12 hours. And they cause a lot of damage. This one snowstorm killed over 100 people and injured over 4,500. That's a lot of people. And most of it was because the Massachusetts state law something, community of health or something like that, decided to let all of their employees, every employee in the state of Massachusetts, out of work at the same time when they decided the storm was getting bad. So all the streets were clogged up. The person in front of you stalled, as said by Miss Keevy. This one snowstorm cost the government, let's see, oh, here it is, $520 million. That's back in 1978, which, in nowadays terms of money, is $1.75 billion. That's a lot of money, mostly due to inflation. 10,000 people were forced to move into temporary shelters, and over 3,500 cars were abandoned on the highway. I'm about to show you some pictures, and I'll show you my interview also, because I'm just nice like that. Just to tell you and show you how drastic this snowstorm actually was. So, I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Yes, I do. I was at work, and the doctor I was working for wouldn't let us go. The clue was the patients were calling and canceling. So anyway, I walked to a friend's house, which was about 7 blocks away, in the blizzard. Luckily, I had a long coat on, and their daughter was getting married that night. And the interesting part is that they made it to the Justice of the Peace and back home with the bride and groom.
Yay.
Nobody came to the wedding for the reception because they couldn't get there. So guess what? We were stuck at my friend's house with all this food that they had catered for the reception. And we were very tired of ham and baked beans by the time we got home. End of report.
Yes, I recall how high the snow was as it settled on the ground. Some places was over 3 feet. Snow drifts were in some cases over 8 feet.
Go.
My husband was working in Centerdale, up in Providence, and he left at 12 o'clock to come home. And everybody else stayed and said, oh, you know, you're being a baby, it'll be okay, you'll be okay. Well, all the other guys that left after him was stranded on 195 overnight until they could get help or get a ride home. And their cars were there for 3 days.
Wow.
On 195, it was like a big parking lot. It was a mess. But he made it home.
My husband got out his backhoe, made a big path, and made the biggest mountain up against my mother-in-law's house, and my grandson used it for a slide. It was a huge thing. You couldn't even see, it was way up beyond the front windows, so you couldn't see above it, but he was having a great time up and down that with the sled, so that was fun. He thought it was great.
By nighttime, after he finally made it, walking from the Superior Courthouse all the way to the end of the road near Tiverton in Fall River, and we were all nice and safe and warm, and I looked out the window and I said to my husband, if I see a person coming by, God asked me to stop them. So I saw somebody coming, and it was really raining. It was really bad. So I asked him if he wanted, I said, do you want to come in? And he came in for a hot chocolate, and I found out that had he not stopped, he would have got lost in the snow, because he was supposed to have turned the street before.
Wow.
And that, my friends, is my project on a blizzard of 78. Ta-ta for now.